Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Jed Sanders here with another episode during my lunchtime. I know y'all might not like it, but y'all might not even be watching. So who cares, right? Anyways, so we got something that just recently happened. UFC 324, as I speak, UFC weigh-ins are happening. And, everybody's getting ready, cutting their weight, trying to get the weight that they need to do to get to fight. And typically you got a guy that misses weight here and there. You got somebody that can't make weight or something. Something ends up happening. And then other times where guys do make the weight, but they are dying. They are fucking half dead. They look dead. They look like they don't want to be there. And I say that because just today, Cameron Smotherman, a young prospect, just collapsed after trying to make weight. And I believe he's a 135er. So if he's walking around at good size, 135, that's my weight, bro. And I walk around, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's normal for me. I can't imagine somebody who weighs way more than me trying to cut down to my weight. But anyways, so already, he steps on the scales, and as soon as he steps on the scales, you can kind of see it in his face. He looks drained. He looks exhausted. You can just see it. He's drained from everything. He probably sweat as much as he could sweat. He probably did so much to drop this weight. And, he makes it. He gets it. Everything's good for what it seemed. But then as soon as he stepped off of the scale, he was all over the place. He didn't really have his balance. Took a couple steps and boom, just fell face first. I'm sure he fainted, but that fall might have concussed him. He fell head first. So you might not see him fighting tonight, or not tonight, on Saturday night. He was supposed to be fighting Tercios, I believe. But this is really unfortunate for Cameron. He hasn't really had a standout performance since being in the UFC. In fact, I think he's got 2 losses in a row. One of them being to Ricky Simone, who's also one of the guys that beat Marab, but hasn't been able to bounce back since that, or really hasn't had a good, anyways. But, Cameron Smotherman is, I remember that fight, Jake Hadley. He had one against Jake Hadley, I believe. But, he's not really anything special for the UFC to want to try and reschedule it or anything. They might get somebody last minute to fight Ricky, or not Ricky, is that his name? Tucios? I forgot his name, bro, but oh boy, fucking know what I'm saying? Motherfucker from Texas, I believe he's from Texas. So even if he wasn't gonna fight, I'd have to go for the boy from Texas. Anytime Texas do fight, I gotta go for my boy. So, but yeah, dude, that sucks fucking badly for Cameron, bro, because I feel like I hear a lot about him, like through socials and stuff. But he hasn't really performed like that. He hadn't had like a knockout that stood out or anything like of that, or no submission. Really, he's just another young fighter getting started. And here's my other takeaway from this: stop weight bullying, bro. You guys gotta stop weight bullying. You motherfuckers be like 160, 170 walking around, 180 walking around, cutting to 135. Like, come on, bro. And I feel like when you see fighters that fight in their natural weight classes, the weights that they can cut down to with no health issues, those are the guys that tend to do better, I feel like. you know, I don't know about Islam. That motherfucker, he just cut a lot of weight and fucking get lightweight. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it don't make sense to be draining yourself to have this slight advantage the next day. You know, I just don't think it's worth it in your health in the long run. I feel like we'll pay for it. But this is a serious problem. Weight bullying, weight cutting like this is insane, guys. You guys are too big to be fighting these little guys, man. Seriously, if you don't think you can have the advantage in the normal weight class that you should be fighting, get better, bro. Like, I don't know what to say at all. Because, like, bro, you cutting all this weight to bully a little dude. You know what I mean? So, like, and if the weight cut hurts, man, just move up, boy. Just move up. I really don't understand why people will let something like this happen to them on while it's being recorded. And, dude, I just... This is a serious health risk. Now you might have to pull out of the fight. And now you might not fight for a while. And if you're not on a winning streak, which we've seen them cut guys on winning streaks. But with this guy, Smotherman, you know, I haven't seen anything from him that they would be like, oh, it's okay. You know, if they want to, I feel like they would cut him. I feel like they would. If, you know, hey, bro, you already messed up. You ruined a fight for an event. You're out. But I don't know. What do y'all think? I think people should stop weight bullying. I think fighters need to fight at the weight classes that they're closest to rather than the weight classes they think they'll have a better advantage of. And so, you know, that's why I think with this one, I think most guys, you know, when they're 135, they're probably like 150 outside of camp. Like Marab, they showed a thing where he was like 150 on fight night. But whenever he weighed in, you know, it was 135. But, you know, 20 pounds don't sound like a drastic... I mean, that's pretty fucking wild. 20 pounds to drop, bro. You're fucking wild. Yeah, that's wild to me. But if you're fainting like this, bro, you gotta be cutting like 30 pounds or so, nigga. Because, like, we've seen people drop 20 pounds and they're fine, come back. But with this dude looked sick. But I hope that he gets better, man. I hope they don't cut him, and I hope they give him another shot. And and then I hope somebody in his team tells him, hey, let's move up a class. And that's it. And so everybody, if y'all watching, y'all pray for our dude Cameron Smotherman and hope that he gets better. And spend time with the family, bro. With whoever you got around your circle, you know. And just rest. And let the future play out. But until then, y'all, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And until then, peace.